السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah, today we are trying to complete the lesson number 36. If you can remember, in the previous lesson we started it, and then we got to a point where we were seeing that سافر الأغنياء إلى قلل الجبال, the rich people, okay, سافر الأغنياء إلى قلل الجبال, the rich people. We were talking about السموم, يوم صائف. So he says that the rich people travel to the apex, the top part of the mountain, where they spend their summer. Okay, then he continues by saying that وَبَكِيَ أَوْصَوْتُ النَّاسِ, the middle class people. Okay, أوصوت الشيء بمعنى the middle class, like worst. When we say wastun, the middle of something is wastun. So أوصوت الناس, the middle class people who are neither rich nor poor, they are in between. So they remain bakia, they remain. Wa ahlul ashghal, and the working people who are working, yatahammaluna al-harra, bearing the heat. So these people, they remain, because they are not rich, they can't travel to the apex of the mountain. So they remain bearing the heat. They remain in the cities, yatahammaluna al-harra, bearing the heat. Wa yasbiruna lis-samum, and they are being patient with the hot blowing wind. Al-ana rakiadat samum, now the samum, the hot wind, has become stagnant. Rakiada, for something to become motionless. That's what we term as rakiada, for something to be assuming something is moving and then it stops moving, we say rakiada. It has stopped moving, like to become stagnant. Okay, to be at one place without moving, that's rakiada. So al-ana rakiadat is samum. Of course, the samum, the hot wind, the hot blowing wind, is not just at one place. Okay, it is blowing around. So al-ana rakiadat, it has become stationary. Wa malat shams, and the sun has moved away. Mala means to incline. Okay, to lean towards something, to be inclined towards something. Another meaning is to go away, to turn away. So malat shams, the sun has turned away. Wa tob al-khuruj, and going out, al-khuruj, going out, become good or nice. Toba, for something to be nice or good to you. So tob al-khuruj, the manner going out become nice or appear nice to the people. بمعنى they began to move out. وانتشر الناس في البساطين والميادين. وانتشر الناس, and the people spread out. انتشر, to spread out. They spread out. في البساطين, in the gardens. والميادين, and the fields. ميدان is the singular field. وشواطئ الأنهار, and the beaches of rivers, river beaches. People started going to these places. يتروحون ويتنزهون. تروح, the verb here is تروح يتروح, which means to loose up in order to ventilate, for ventilation. You know, when there is heat and then you just loose up your clothes. Okay, you loose up your clothes for ventilation. That is what we term as tarawwaha. يتروح. Okay, so يتروحون بمعنى they are loosening up their clothes in order to ventilate themselves. ويتنزهون, and they are having recreation. You can remember تنزه, recreation. You have seen this before. فلا تجد في البيت, so you won't find in the house إلا شيخا هرما, except an old man. Sheikh, we have seen Sheikh. Hariman means for something to be very, very, very old. That's Hariman. Something that is very aged. Okay, that is Hariman. So a very old man you won't find in the house except a very old man. Awimra'atan, or a woman. Yes, because mostly women are in the house. Aw ajizan, or someone who is incapable. The matter whether the person is having a particular problem that incapacitated him from going out or something. The verb is ajaza. Ajaza means to be incapable of doing something. So if I say ajastu and af'ala kaza, I was incapable of doing this and that. Ajastu, I was incapable. So the one who is incapable is the one who is called al-ajiz. So al-ajizan, or someone who is not just capable of going out, whether he's having a broken leg or whatever reason, he cannot go out. So waman habasahu shugulun, and whoever is confiscated by a work. Habasa is to confiscate someone, to make someone, to restrict movement of someone. That's what we call mahbis. Mahbis is the prison or a cell, so we call it the mahbis. So habasa is the verb, to confiscate someone, like to prevent someone from moving, to restrict his movement. That's habasa. So waman habasahu shugulun, and whoever is restricted or confiscated by work, aw maradun, or a sickness, aw hajatun, or a need. So these are the only people you will find in the house. After the samum, the hot wind has become motionless. Okay, after it has become motionless, people went out and they were having recreation, and they were also having some kind of fun. And then you won't find in the house, in the homes, except these people, an old man, a woman, or someone who's incapable of going out, okay, or whoever is having work, or who is sick, or someone who has a particular need in the house. Okay, وَقَدْ تَسْتَمِرُّ الثَّمُومُ, and the samum, the hot wind, the blowing hot wind, can continue. قَدْ تَسْتَمِرُّ, istamarra yastamiru, for something to continue, to be continuous. Istamarra, it was continuous. Yastamiru, it is being continuous. وَقَدْ تَسْتَمِرُّ as-samum, the samum, the hot wind, can be continuous. إِلَى اللَّيْلِ, to the night. فَلَا تَسْتَرِيحُ النَّاسُ, and so the people won't rest. وَيَتَقَلَّبُونَ عَلَى الْفِرَاشِ, and they will be turning on the beds or on their mattresses or whatever they used to sleep. They will be turning on it. وَقَدْ يَحْتَبِسُ الْهَوَى, and the hawa, the air, can be, when we see the verb here is ihtabasa, I just explained habasa here. Habasa means for one thing to confiscate another thing, or one thing to prevent movement of another thing. But when we say ihtabasa, the thing itself was locked up. The thing itself was locked up. So when you have a room and then there is air which is locked up in the room, the air is stagnant in the room. It doesn't move out, and another air doesn't come in. That air is just stagnant in the room. We say ihtabasa al-hawa. I hope that is clear. So for something in itself to be locked up is ihtabasa. There's no doer here. Like it's not that another thing is doing it to it. The thing in itself is the doer and then the object. I hope that is clear. Ihtabasa. So وَقَدْ يَحْتَبِسُ الْهَوَى, and the air could be locked up. Okay. فَصِيلُ الْعَرَقِ, and then the sweat will flow. Sala yasilu, to flow. You see sweat flowing. Okay. وَتَتَحَرَّكُ الْمَرَاوِحِ, and then the fans will be moving. وَيَطِيرُ النَّوْمِ, and the sleep flies away. The sleep flies away. Of course, when the temperature is very hot, or when we are in summer and then we are experiencing this kind of samum, this kind of hot blowing wind, that is what happens. Okay. Alhamdulillah, we will end this particular lesson here, and then inshallah we'll continue with a new lesson. Inshallah, I think in the next lesson we'll be looking at this particular lesson. And Nazofa, okay, we'll look at this particular lesson inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله لي ولكم في قرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.